Guys, today I thought we could do a few more missions with our friend the Wolverine. Essentially, right now we're doing the open world missions on Striker Island and Ace Chemicals. Also, I'm pretty much planning ahead, and I'm thinking about eventually at some point when I start doing PvP, I'll probably need a few more armory. So I essentially went ahead and made a few of those. So I still have the first two I originally had, my DPS and my controller. But now I've made a DPS for the arena. Oh, that's the one I'm using. Okay. Uh, no, that's not. I used the wrong one. Did I? Oh no. Okay. I reversed it. Okay, now I get it. Essentially, I made a DPS armory for the arena and one for the open world. The distinction, pretty simply, is the colas that I use, and obviously the look also. So let's rename this one. There we go. So essentially, the distinction is that my arena character, as you can see, his potions. He cannot use his potion and he cannot use his trinket. So as opposed to the one for the open world, where he essentially is using the same belt that my other characters are using. Right now, there's no distinction between my open world character and my actual DPS character. But later down the line, once I start getting PvP gear, then essentially the main difference will be the gear itself. Right now, it's the same character, basically, same loadout, same pretty much everything, as you'll see. So right now, only the look is different, but at some point, I will. It will be more different. So let's go do just for the fun of it. So let's use we're going to into the open world. So let's use our open world loadout, and let's go to Ace Chemicals. If all goes well, we should have more than enough time to do the missions. So as you can see, this is essentially the X-Force Wolverine costume, uh, where he somehow essentially they replaced the yellow by some the yellow in the color scheme by blue, and they tweaked a bit the pattern of the pants. Essentially, they got rid of the shorts, so to speak. Okay, so now we have to go and mark a few tanks for destructions. Here you'll see what that means. And as usual, we have to defeat a handful of goons, which is pretty standard in a lot of missions. Usually there's a tank. There's one right over here. Oh, and I hear some. Oh, there it is. There goes our friend the clown. I'm not sure if he's going to stay down or if he's going to reset and get back up here. He seems to be staying down. Oh, no, there he is. Usually that's what happens. Like when you throw a character down a building or something, they'll be gone for a few seconds. But odds are they will reset and get back to where they were. So I guess throwing a villain off a building is not seen as a viable or acceptable strategy. Uh, but what can you do? So here you could see there's a tank down there, but there's a lot of. Well, let's try again. Let's try anyways. There's a lot of clowns around it, so it's gonna be a bit of a fight if I try that. Nah, let's not try that. As you see, just one of the goons with his dual pistols is pretty much killing me. So let's try and find. We're the Wolverine. We're supposed to be sneaky. So let's try and find. There's a little camling here, but if we can maybe avoid it. I guess not. So you can see how much the when the clowns go full auto, how much it's hurting us. Let's drink a cola. Should have summoned my robots. Let's try again. Usually when you run away, we're still... Okay. Somehow we couldn't get out of combat. Usually when you go away, the NPCs will reset. It happens. The tank is still here. I'm surprised. Unless it's a new tank. And there's only one clown, so let's try and take him out. As you see, one clown is not much of a problem, since you can pretty much juggle him and keep him from attacking you. When there's more than one of them, juggling all of them is a bit trickier. So while you're juggling one of them, the other one is pretty much going full auto and crippling you full of holes. So let's try and find another tank. We can see there's a collection here. There's one. So ideally, if we can find a tank where there's only one clown, that's pretty much the best option. He fell down. Oh, there he goes. So the challenge in here sometimes is not just defeating the opponent, but defeating without resetting it. So we have to keep it in a very specific spot. So essentially, if whatever opponent we have to fight in like a small rooftop like here, we have to contain that opponent within that rooftop. Otherwise, it's going to reset the fight. It's going to be seen as, I don't know, exploiting the fight or something. Hi there. Just doing a few ice chemical missions with our friend, the Wolverine. Well, let's see if we can be sneaky. Oh, we got it. So let's try and find another tank. They usually respawn fairly quickly, so usually if you go back to where you started, you'll find another one, like here. I think there's another one just on top of where we are, but we won't need it. Although we will need the clown though, so let's try and destroy the clown. And there we go. So two more goons. Any clown will do. Will do. So we don't have to be picky. Like these two would do, I think. Oh, I think we're going to fight a Chemoid. Yeah, sadly. There we go. We won't stick around for the Chemo. May as well stick around. If we're lucky, the Chemoid shouldn't hurt us too bad before we can finish off our clowny friend. There we go. So let's go back and talk to our friend Asmat Higby and see what he is going to ask us to do next. That's usually a big fight, but we should be okay. If we summon our friends, we'll be more than fine. Like you can see, this one we have to essentially keep him from. Essentially, he goes to the tank and he tries to somehow regenerate himself or something. So we have to click him before he manages to do so. Ah, there he goes again. So that's probably the one time when having backup is a bit annoying because sometimes you'll try to go click the chemoid and the backup will keep you from doing that. But now they're gone, so that won't be a problem anymore. As you can see, his green goo is hurting us a bit, but we should be able to hurt him more, especially with our healing factor, so to speak. And there we go. So let's go end our mission.
Steelworks thanks you for your assistance.
Collect our reward, and let's see what's in the box. Oh yeah, so we finally got our belt, and it's 4 wild card. So that is good. I'm not sure if we have enough marks to unlock it. Oh yeah, we do. So we're going to need to find us a 4th trinket to use. So but I'll do that later. So let's go back to our base. Let's re-imprint our new belt. So now, sadly, that we have a one extra armory, that will mean more re-imprint, which is not a big deal in itself, but it still means that whenever we gain a new skill point, we're going to re-imprint our character. Whenever we gain a new feat, we're going to re-imprint our well, not a new feat, but a new power. Although at this point, there's no more new powers, but you get the idea. Anytime we'll get something new, that means re-imprinting our character, which is a small price to pay for having, in exchange of having those awesome armories. And you can see the last one I won't need to, the arena one, obviously I won't need to re-imprint because it doesn't use the belt. So, and essentially I used pretty much the look that Jim Lee brought back at some point during his X-Men run. Although I cheated, to be more accurate, I should probably go without the mask and without the emissive eyes, I suppose. And that probably would be more accurate, but that's okay. It'll do. So I suppose we can sell our old belt. I don't think we need it anymore. We're going to keep that for someone else. Let's sell a bit of our junk. And let's go. Let's go do our striker mission before it's too late. We're getting closer to a reset. So again, as you see, we get different missions more or less every time we do those missions, and there's a nice variety. So it's not always the same thing. So if you end up with a mission that you don't really like, usually, unless you're unlucky, it'll take a while before you get back to that mission. So usually there's enough mission that you'll at least get some you like once in a while, and those you don't like as much, you'll see them only once again in a while.
Help support Steelworks rescue
So
activity.
now we have to go fight Grodd's emissary, which means we will fight some purple monkeys or pink monkeys, depending on how you see it. So let's get started by looking around, and let's use our sneak skill, which we don't have that much reason to use it. So whenever we can find a reason to, why not? Oh, there's one downstairs. So let's try and get it. And we're going to have to fight a few prisoners. Let's activate our all-powerful healing factor. There we go. So we have four guys like this to defeat. Ideally, if I can avoid to use my supercharge with those guys, I will. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. There's one in the corner. I attracted. Let's get out of combat and okay, and then let's go for the emissary. So as you saw, he attacked me before I could even set him on fire with my grenade. The nerve of those villains attacking the Wolverine. They should know better by now. But then again, yeah, he's a DC villain, so he probably doesn't know better. Doesn't know the Wolverine, probably. Okay. The area to try to find those emissaries is pretty big, so essentially you can pretty much go around the prison, and it's usually they're usually fairly easy to find. Where they're usually that little guy in the corner that's pretty much isolated. So just one more, and we'll be good to go. You can see sometimes the enemies will cluster in a corner, or so it makes it a bit easier to avoid them if we don't want to fight them. The stealth seems to be working pretty good today. Not sure if it's our. Here comes the France. Oh, here comes too many of them. Sometimes you have to know when to retreat. I probably could have used my supercharge, but now I'm trying to save it for the big guy at the end of the mission. Well, let's try and see if we can get our emissary friend by himself, or maybe he's probably not there anymore. Nah, he seems to be gone. That's usually what happens. Like if you flee from a fight, the enemies who used to be there will be gone. Uh, Trying to find another one. Let's go see over here. So the biggest challenge is not necessarily defeating the emissary, but it's trying to find one that's remote enough that you won't have to fight 3 dozens of prisoners at once. So that's and then as you're fighting the emissary, then trying not to attract all the prisoners in the area. Nope. Ah, wasn't able to run away quickly enough. As you can see, they hit pretty hard, and even if you're not quick enough to kite out of there, they can hurt you pretty bad. Probably should have just turned around and fought him, but by then it was a bit too late. That, oh yeah, there's one. As you saw, like the little guy was by himself in the corner, so that usually makes it a bit easier to spot. But then again, sometimes you think he's by himself, you start attacking him, and then three, four goons spawn just as you're fighting the big guy. So that can be tricky. Well, we'll be fine. So there we go. So now we have to fight what is called the Grodd's projections, which essentially is a big purple or pink gorilla. Uh, I think I hear something. Oh, there it is. Sometimes they're in a tiny little corner like this, making it tricky to find. So now let's go around and try and find us some purple gorillas. Usually they hang out at the top floor here, but if somehow we don't find any here, then we just need to fly around the island and we'll find one fairly quickly. Ah, here's one. Here's our lucky winner. Again, the challenge will be to try not to have it fall down. So we'll see. I'm not sure why it took a few seconds to be able to target it, but anyways. Like as you saw, the grenade went way off. There is a feat for defeating, I think it's 100 of those gorillas. I only did it one time. Essentially, I had met these two players. I don't know, we had done a mission together, and everything went fine. So we decided to keep on doing missions together. And then they asked me, "Hey, do you have the 100 gorilla feat yet?" And I said no. And they said, "Oh well, let's do it." So we did it, the three of us. Took about 2 hours. It was nice.
Processing complete.
So let's see what reward we got. Also, you may have noticed we're up to 3 missions now. So 2 more missions, and we're going to be able to get the bonus mission inside the prison. So let's see what's in the box. No idea. Essentially, we got something. Either we got nothing, which wouldn't surprise me, or we got something that's stacked on top of something else, and I have no idea what it is. Oh well, doesn't matter. We got our belt, we can't, which is we got our utility belt, which is a big thing. So we can't really complain. We got a nice piece of gear. So next time, hopefully, we'll get something else. And worse comes to worse, once we finally have the bonus mission, we'll be able to upgrade our gear. We'll be able to choose the exact piece we want. So by then, hopefully, we'll have run the duos enough that we'll have a few extra pieces of gear. Like right now, we only have the back, that's 72. Everything else is in the 60s. Oh, the belt, 70, yeah. Oh, and the gloves. So essentially, there's enough pieces. But if we keep on doing the duos, we should be able to get maybe one or two pieces extra before we do the bonus missions. So by the time we reach the bonus missions, then we'll be able to choose the piece we're missing. Like we're going to be able to pick and choose. Okay, let's see. I'm still missing some boots, so we're going to be able to pick and choose the boots or the shoulders. Like the shoulders, we're missing the shoulders still. So next time we could say, okay, let's once we get the bonus mission, we'll be able to choose, let's say, the shoulders. Then look around and say, okay, and let's pick up some boots. So I guess that will be it for now. So hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.